crap. Good Friday afternoon, everyone. I need to find that cable or we're in trouble. I hope everyone is doing well. Before you come into the chat, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video. And there is Nephew Troy in there ready to rock and roll. It's good to see you. And there's Lenore. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you guys, and thank you for being here. Hey, Bird on a Wire, welcome in. It's good to see you guys out there in the chat in this brand new year of 2026. We made it through another year. Imagine that. I just have a menagerie of things. Some things are going to go for close to what I paid for them because I'm not, there just comes a point in time where everything must go, right? I know Bird on a Wire. It just seems like it was like Halloween and it's like Christmas and then the New Year. So it was quite it went fast. My oldest sister always told me, if you think it goes fast now, wait till you get older. And she was very true about that. So I do have a lot of stuff to offer. I did pick up another item on the way upstairs that I had for myself, but thank you. This is Bruce. All this matching. So I told Bruce, I said, if my husband asks me where all the jewelry comes from, I'll just grab that bag that's on the back of the couch. Thumbs up, everyone, please, and thank you. And we'll give it just a few minutes for some people to come in. And believe it or not, my desk looks halfway human, but I found these as well. So these would probably go pretty good with that as well. And there's Jen. Welcome in. And I know where I got them at. There's not a doubt in my mind where these came from, but I opted to go with what matches. So there you go. Yeah, we need that registration because, if we don't get that, it's, for one thing, it holds up the auction. If someone comes in and they're bidding and they have not been registered, please do so. That way, when I was in different people's chats, I would always register ahead. That way, if I wanted something, I wouldn't have to leave the auction. And there's Sandra. Welcome in. I wouldn't have to leave the auction in order to do it and miss something. What they call that, FOMO. So, and I just happened to have crocheted one more hat to add to what's already coming. But I did crochet one for a lady, and when I picked the yarn up, Michael's has been having this sale, buy one, get one half off. So I decided to get a second one. And, when you can get something quality for a good price, why not? So I do have some hats available. I know some of you are looking for those. So far, I've been really successful. Everyone has really, really liked their hats. And there's Jen's, hers. She'll have one January the 4th at 2 p.m., Tuesday, January the 6th. And we want to make sure we check her out for sure. And, I was thinking earlier about, the year has gone by so quickly. But you know what? It's been a special year for me because I have met so many fantastic people out there in YouTube land. And let me get rid of that notification. And it's just wonderful. And, there's Carol. Welcome in, sweetie. It's like we become a part of each other's lives. And I'm so happy that you're in my life for sure, but I'm so happy that I'm in yours, and that's what makes a difference. There's been a lot of things in 2025 that's really, really been positive, and you guys are one of them. And I really appreciate you guys. I really do. And it's coming from the bottom of my heart. And anyone that knows me knows that I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. There's nothing facetious about me at all. So, anywho, but we'll give it just a few more minutes. Does anyone have any New Year's resolutions for the year this year? I know that a lot of people, you know, are going to the gym, which the gym will be absolutely full. And then about February, when the Valentine's Day comes and all that candy comes out, you see that dwindling. But yeah, hey, Suzanne, welcome in and thank you for being here. I also saw on the news that the one of the locations that I thrift from, which is Mustard Seed, has opened up a food pantry, which I think is really good. We need more of that because we live in a time that, there are people hungry. And hey, Lucy, welcome in. And there's people hungry out there. And, it's, hey, Nana. Thank you. That's Bruce right there. Bruce is the responsible party for the ensemble, as they call it. But yeah, you see a lot of homeless people and veterans are homeless, and it's a real thing. It is a real thing out there, guys. And we are so fortunate that we are not there. It could be any of us, but it's always good to feed those hungry people, and and spread the love in this world that seems to be all about itself sometimes. But those food pantries are good. So, and thank you guys for being here. And for those who are looking for hats, look no further because here they come. And don't forget that thumbs up. And since my model Debbie, which so graciously offered to model these that had no choice, and there's Minnie, and welcome in. And it's been, like I said, it's 2025 has been a fabulous year because I've been able to be in the chat with you guys, be it on my channel or someone else's, and have fun and everything like that. And it's those connections that we make with other people that really make the difference, guys. It really does. And I am grateful for each and every one of you. It's been a wonderful ride because of people like you. So I would take my hat off, but I'm not wearing one. So we're going to start out with some hats. And Ginger, Happy New Year, sweetheart. And that's another person that, people, make a really positive thing in your life. And even though we live at a distance from each other, we still appreciate one another. We respect one another. And that's what it's all about. And there's Miss Leslie, and Happy New Year. Good to see you. See you guys out there. So without further ado, Miss Debbie is going to be modeling some hats for you tonight. And these are a buy it now of $25. I decided to make it a buy it now. Let me turn the volume down. I'm much better on a phone than I am on this laptop. So let me get to the point where I need to be. And something that I noticed about YouTube, I mean, you look up and you see you have the certain amount of subscribers, and boom, they're gone. And then you do a boatload of shorts like I did, and you get them back. So, hey, Mama Chola, welcome in. So, that's going to be what I'm going to be doing. It seems to work. So if it's not broke, don't fix it. So we're going to do a buy it now on these hats of 25. The first one that puts 25 in the chat will, I'll show you several of them at, consecutively, and you can make your choice if you would like to. So this one I made last year, and of course I had to tweak it a little bit. I put this flower on there, and it does have sparkle, and Debbie is going to model that. And it's kind of like it's a little different, and this is what it looks like. Kind of course, Debbie's got a hump on her head. So there's one of them, and I constructed that myself and crocheted it and put it together and added that little extra touch of the flower right there. So that is number one. And this is hot off the press, guys, because I just crocheted this afternoon. This is a newsboy's cap. And this is like a tweed. I know it looks gray and I'll move it in, but it's a tweed houndstooth. And the feature that I like about these is that this area right here it stretches, so you don't have to worry about it not fitting. So I will put it on Debbie. I was pretty tickled with this one. Once I get it on her head, she didn't have that ponytail, it would help. So there you have your classic. Let me pull this down. Your newsboys cap, which, and see, you do have the bill, and Debbie's head is not a good example, but it does have that on the side. These are adorable. Of course, you can move that over, and they're just really cute. Hot off, and Ginger wants the newsboy. So she's first in. So Ginger will get that. They are warm. There is stretch to them. You don't have to worry about them being too small, and you feel like there's a vice on your head because that has that extra stretch. You cut my paper. I did it and I forgot what I did with it. So that one goes to Ginger. Congratulations, honey. They do look rather stylish. I crocheted one for another person out of this particular yarn, and it's a good quality yarn. So I decided to make another one. So that goes to Miss Ginger, and thank you so much. Let me set her over here somewhere where it won't interfere with my internet. That one is very fresh, might I add, because I just did it. Now, this one here, it's a beanie, and it does have some little specks in it. I did the fluff ball myself. It is a beret. I sewed the toboggan, and I think it was for Ginger's son, I believe. And these are really, really cute. They're warm, they're handmade, they're not mass produced. And if you'd like, you could wear a pin or something on it. This one I thought was very pretty. I drew the inspiration from the one I did for Jen's Gems, and she wanted one of these. So I decided to do another one. The color is very neutral, and it does have a pretty good amount of stretch in it. And this is, like I said, it would go with about anything because it's that neutral color. And there's that one. Put that over there. And now we have a gray one. Let's see here. This is gray. It does have some darker gray flecks in it. Like I said, the thing is now, brooches are the thing this year. And one would look really take this up another level with a brooch on it. And I probably got one somewhere if I would look. And I just thought it was really neat. It does have some specks in it right there. And I know I've got a darn brooch. But just imagine something like that on this is the comb, this is an example. Something like that on there and which would be really cute. We're using that as a brooch. It's a hair comb, but you guys get the visual. So there's that one. And if anyone is interested in a hat, a certain color, I do the newsboy. Should have brought that one I made that's different, that's downstairs. And if you're interested, just send me an email. Normally, my email is in my description on my channel. And just send me an email and tell me what. Now, a lot of them, guys, I kind of use they say, well, I want this color. So I try to make sure that I always pick out the best. And usually I'll send the buyer that's interested a picture of the color to make sure it's okay. And even after it's finished, I make a picture of it because I want to make sure that people are totally satisfied with what they're getting. And thank you for the hearts. So, moving on. This I just picked up from downstairs. Guys, this is let me move Debbie, and there's Aqua. Welcome in, sweetie. Good to see you. I've had this for over a year, guys, and the finish is not great on it, but it's an older piece, and I thought that it would be great for someone to refinish or something as a project, but it is old, and I thought, how you think when you go out. But this is old, guys. Here's the hardware on the side of it. And I have not done one thing with it, so it's going. So even if you wanted the nostalgic look of it, it looked like that might have been red at one time, but it's in really good condition. It's got the chain that, and it does need to be cleaned up, just saying, but it is old and I had full intentions of doing something with it. You know what they say of the best laid plans. But, you could transform this to anything you wanted. It is old. And we're going to start this at 15. And I think for what you're getting, you can do your own thing with it. You can refinish it or anything you would like to do. I'll give you a measurement on it. It's very nice. And I put several measuring tapes. And we have Patty Rose. Welcome in, sweetie. Good to see you. I got to lay measuring tapes everywhere. I'll be looking forever. So this is coming in at almost 13 and a half inches long, and it is 6 inches wide. Like I said, it does need to be cleaned up. It is old, guys. Now, if you wanted your creative juices to flow, you could totally strip this thing down if you wanted to. And it's really look how nice that hardware is. And it's good to see you too, Patty, and Happy New Year. So we do know it's old. And I would refinish it and put like a lacquer type stuff on it. And there's Sandra. Welcome in. And refinish it because it's really beautiful. I mean, it would be up to you. And it's big and it's old. So there's that one. I don't know exactly how old it is, but I know it's old. And I think somebody may have had red on it and someone went over it. So But that's a good deal, guys. It's that big. It's really a fantastic item there. Nice hardware on that one. I could see this uh, done a little better and store some of your things that may have belonged to your parents or something in that, just as a keepsake. But someone definitely painted over it. When we moved in this house, down in the kitchen, there's a nook, and they painted the boards yellow with apples on it. It was the most hideous job. Aqua, it needs to be cleaned out, sweetie. I will warn you. I just grabbed it, and that it's got like a velveteen. It does need to be cleaned out. It is got the chain on the side like a lot of your older ones did, and they had the most hideous. So what we did is we stripped that all off and put it back like it should have been, and there was some yellow, and some of it was car paint. It's not bad inside for its age. It really isn't. It's just a really old piece that could be sanded down and painted to what you want it to be, because somebody surely went over it with something. But it is old. So if you change your mind, it will still be here, but it is old for sure. So I'm not for sure what that represents right there, but it is an old one if you like the older stuff, which what I really like. Okay, guys, I know that I sold something exactly like this to somebody, and I'll tell you, tear this off. And it is a beautiful glass vintage fruit bowl. It has a rattan handle, a very beautiful edge on that. It's just beautiful. And here's the inside, and we'll start that one at 12. And then I will give you a measurement on it. It's just a really lovely, we'll move it in a little bit so you can see it. You have your grapes and your fruit, and it's just really beautiful, and it's vintage, and I'll give you a measurement on it. I have to have measuring tapes everywhere because I'm the only one I know can lay something down and be totally clueless on what I did with it. Here we go. So it's coming in at about 12 inches long and about 8.5 inches wide. It is definitely vintage, and it's a beauty. It's a pretty one, guys. Got the knobs on it, the grapes, the fruit, just a really pretty. I guess you could put it on a table and put fruit in it, but it's really pretty. And I'm not for sure. It could be a name, because usually I pick up a lot of name brand items. So there's that one. I just thought the brocade look around it was really beautiful. So that's why I picked that one up. And we will set this somewhere where we won't break it. It's here. If anyone watching that sees any of these items that you would like, just send me an email. My email is in my description on my channel. And this is definitely a vintage item. So let's set this over here. So next up we're still dwelling in the fruit bowl thing, but this one is footed, and we'll pass on that. This one is footed, and it's really, a lot of times you don't see these with feet on them unless they are vintage, and this one is vintage. And I will make a picture of it because I've had it for a while. And usually everything that I offer is normally vintage. That's the only thing that I find that I really like to deal in. Those things that, you just don't see every day. Let me make a quick picture of this. Back up a little bit. And thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. And don't forget that thumbs up. And there's Zeus. Welcome in, sweetie. Yes, I do deal in a lot of. If it's not vintage, it doesn't leave the store because that's what I like to do. It's an Indiana glass harvest grape clear pattern footed fruit bowl. And the dimensions are 12 inches long by 8.5 inches wide. The pattern was produced by the U.S. company Indiana Glass with the clear version introduced in 1971. So, guys, this is really a nice one. And if you like those things that are footed, then this would be one that you would probably like. It does have the grape motif on it. And here, let me just start it at 10. That's $2 off. So let me get back in here and start this at $10. There's practically nowhere that you can buy something like that. And Minnie says 10. And there's Francis. Welcome in, sweetie. It's good to see you as usual. Let me get back into this where my fingers are more nimble. I jumped the gas. That's fine, Minnie. That is fine. When the tag goes on, I know exactly who it's going to. So I see Minnie in at that $10 bid. This is a great piece of Indiana glass for that. And Happy New Year, guys. And I know Minnie does like things that has feet on them. So I know a little bit about you guys. So Minnie is in at that $10 bid. If I do not see any $12 or better, we will call this down for Miss Minnie. And I appreciate you guys being here. So we're going once to Minnie for that $10 bid. Going twice. Thank you, Lenore. Lenore's a lifesaver. Once, going twice, final and last call. And we are sold to Minnie at $10, and that's a that's a lot of goodness for $10, just saying. Congrats, sweetheart. And we're sold, and there is Bruce. Happy New Year to you. I don't want to get too much going on here, guys. Now, there's many things to choose from, no pun intended. So let's bring up this little thing here. This is a Vanilla Sky cocktail shaker set of 2 cocktail glasses. And I thought this was so adorable. It says shake, rattle, and roll. It's brand new in the box. So we're going to start this at 12 because you are getting 2 pieces, by the way. Brand new in the box. Would make an excellent gift, and it's just adorable. Shake, rattle, and roll. You've probably seen a short on that, and Minnie says 12. Okay. Mama Marge looked at the antique mall and always told me any glass piece with feet is always more expensive because feet are always hand applied to glass. Thank you, Jen. I know that Minnie really likes the footed stuff. Yeah, whenever they have to physically put feet on something, it does get a little pricey. And it's giftable. So I see Minnie at that $12 bid. looking for 14 or better. This is brand new. I thought it was adorable. It's so nostalgic. Yeah. But yep, shake, rattle, and roll. Bruce is at 15. He's into nostalgia, so we have Bruce at 15. Looking for 17 or better. It is a nice set. Brand new, never out of the box. And Minnie says 20. Power bid. Minnie has come in at 20. It's a beautiful set. It is brand new. Bruce said 25. We have 25, looking for 27. Like I said, this is not vintage. I don't even know. I just picked it up because I thought it was pretty amazing. So Bruce has the high bid at 25, looking for 27, and Minnie is out. Thank you, Minnie, for your bid. So we're going to count this down to Bruce for that $25 bid. Seeing no other interest, going once, going twice. Final and last call. And we are sold to Bruce for 25. Thank you so much. And thank you, Minnie, for your bids. I really appreciate that. I got this table looking halfway decent, guys. I mean, it was terrible. Congratulations. That is pretty nostalgic there. And that's what I bought it for because it was nostalgic. So let's put that on there for Bruce. Thank you for gift alert. Send to Leslie. Okay. Will do. She'll be tickled pink. That's really, I thought it was just so cute and so nostalgic. And thank you, Bruce, for your kindness. And that is going to Miss Leslie, Black Dog Vintage. Alrighty then. Let's move some stuff over this way. So, I know how you guys are about jewelry boxes, and far be it from me to deprive you from a jewelry box. I've seen another one, but it was not. It was vintage, but it didn't. It really didn't impress me much. So now we have this jewelry box right here. It is vintage, and of course I'm going to pick it up. Because I know we do have people that love their jewelry boxes, just saying. So, I'm sure you guys remember this beauty. And for its age being vintage, and here's the inside of it. And there is a condition issue right over there. One of the things that lifts the tray out, and there's something right there, is missing, but you can take those out and you could buy those in any hardware store and replace it. It does hold rings. And here is the inside. It's in really good shape. It is pink. I have a question. Does everyone at the thrift store compliment you on your new jewelry from Bruce? They just look, Jen. They're like they're used to me, and they just kind of look. I do get a lot of looks. Oh, yes, absolutely. So, with that being said, this is a vintage. It needs to be cleaned out a little bit. And, as with age, we all tend to come apart, right? And thank you for the hearts. I have a lot of people just look at me, and then I look at them and they look away. So, this one, it does have hooks on there. I am going to repair that, which is very easy. Like I said, with age comes things start to give sooner or later. So I will give you a measurement on this beauty. It's absolutely vintage. Let me move this pin, and thank you guys for being there. I think people that are used to seeing me know how, they know how I roll, and they just, I think they're kind of used to it. This one is 9.75 inches long and about 6.5 inches wide. So we will start. This one's kind of nice and it is vintage. Of course, there are a few condition issues that I had pointed out. Nothing a little glue wouldn't fix. Okay, Bruce, thank you for coming in. Bruce is getting his shipping done. So I'm just going to start this one at, because this is nice wood, and here's your handles. I'm going to start this one at, so let's see, let's just start it at 12. That's cheap, but hey, I'm not, we're supposed to be getting rid of stuff, not adding, keeping, right? So the start bid is 12. What a deal on a lovely vintage jewelry box. Whoops. And I will glue this. Like I said, as in people, things get a little loose from time to time. And Minnie said 12. She does like jewelry boxes. It is kind of nice for its age. We have Minnie in at that $12 bid. Like I said, that can be replaced. You could, they probably just screw out and you can put whatever you want. Things get a little loose, and so I see Minnie at that $12 bid. The wood on this is fantastic. So I see Minnie at that $12 bid. We need to see 14 or better, or we're going to sell this to Minnie. I know she loves jewelry boxes. So I do not see any other interest in the chat. We're going to start calling this down for Minnie. I will glue this right here and do that for you. So we're going to go once to Minnie for that $12 bid. Going twice. Final and last call. And it looks like Minnie is going to be taking another beauty home. Congratulations, sweetie. I put your name in that. We'll set it right over here off to the side. So we do have another little vintage something something here. Congratulations, sweetie. This is old, guys. And I never could figure out why that her backside protruded further than normal. But here's the front of it, and you can tell it's old by looking at it. There she is. And I was wondering, it looks like a hump or something right there. And then inside, as you pull this, isn't she pretty, Lenore? You open it up, and you have some space for some goodies, as well as a mirror. And this is old, guys. So we will, and it's wood. You see how it's constructed. It's probably, I really couldn't tell you how old it is. And since we are in the night of moving, this is going to be 12 too, because I need to let things go. Let it be. So that is a start of $12. She is vintage. Let me give you a measurement on her. It's coming in at about almost 10 inches long by almost 8 inches wide. It is for jewelry. You do have the little thing right there that you lift it up with, and this is the inside of it. and you could do what you wanted to. I'll have to do a video because and Minnie says 12 because I took, I'll explain here in a minute. So Minnie is in at 12. The Remember during last summer when I got that big humongous jewelry chest that had feet on it and it was going to cost $50 to ship it. So I'll have to do a video where I kind of transformed that and turned it. I didn't mar it or cut it, but I'll show you what I did with it. And I thought, man, I got to make something out of this. So I see Minnie in at that $12 bid, and it's like this, and it's Oneida silverware flat flatware holder, and it's really amazing, guys. And I'll have to come. I put a lot. I made on the bottom tray. I made it half of it's a ring tray for those larger rings. So I see Minnie in at that $12 bid. If I do not see any other interest, we will start counting this down for Miss Minnie. The bottom doesn't look that hot, but like I said, as in people, we all get a little wrinkly in the end. So I see no other interest in this. So we're going to start calling this down for Miss Minnie. So we're going to go once to Minnie for that bid. Oh, my necklaces are in an Oneida Sienna cutlery box. I tell you, they make a good one going twice. Final and last call. And this one goes to Minnie. Congratulations, sweetie. I don't like this. Yeah, you know, you have to learn to utilize things, right? And this one is it's from the 30s or 40s. And I think the silverware was Morning Star, was what it was called. Now that was the find of the summer right there. So let's move on into something else here. Now look at this beauty. Just look at that beauty. Look at that glass. And of course it is vintage. It's kind of like a compote fruit bowl, and I'll have to make a picture because I do not remember exactly what this is. I know it is vintage. It's marked like that. It's a beautiful piece. And outside on there, this is a raised area, and it's just beautiful. Let me take a quick picture. It's just a beautiful, beautiful piece of glass there. I don't even remember when I got it. Since I obviously slept since then, we better make a picture of it. It is beautiful. Let's open it up and see what we have. I'm thinking Indiana glass. I could be wrong. It's a compote, a vintage pressed glass compote. This pattern was produced by companies such as Indiana Glass Company and L.E. Smith. The design features an embossed grape and leaf motif on the bowl and the pedestal. It is a popular vintage collectible item and can be used for serving fruit, candy, or a decorative centerpiece. Now, I can definitely see that for a decorative. And this pattern, hey, Shell Bell, welcome in. And this particular pattern generally ranged from the 1940s to the 1980s. So, with that being said, And this is a heavy piece, guys. It really is. And I will give you a measurement and look at me finding the measuring tape right off the bat. You better write that down. It's 10.5 inches and it's approximately, it's good to see you, Shell Bell, and Happy New Year. About 6.5 or 8.5 inches tall. And there's Suzanne. Welcome in, sweetie. Good to see you. It's definitely vintage. It's heavy. And I can very well see this being a centerpiece because it is gorgeous and it is vintage. And welcome in. And don't forget that thumbs up. This is heavy, guys. This is not a light piece by any means. So let me get back into where I can type pretty good here. And so we will, this one has to be started at 15 because it's absolutely beautiful. It is a larger piece, it's a heavy piece. So we're going to start it at 15. It is beautiful. And Shell Bell's going back to rewind to see what she had missed. So there we have it, guys. It's heavy. I could very well see that being a centerpiece on a table. You have ruffling right there on the bottom. It's heavy, guys. And it's a beauty. But it is a heavy piece. And a lot of, for some of the new ones that have come in, I usually do a bag in a box because it's cheaper, and I just take a box and I take a plastic garbage bag and I wrap it like that because it is just so much cheaper, guys. And if we had to take these things to the post office and have them weigh in and do all that stuff, there would be a lot of 30 watching. All right, there would be a hefty charge, so that's how I do it. I kind of chuckled because the post office, they said, we miss those scented bags. I said, I didn't know it left such an impression. So there's that gorgeous piece. I mean, it's well worth what's being charged. It is very beautiful. If anyone changes their mind, you know where it's at. We'll move that along. And let's see here. Alrighty then. These are really something, guys. They call these water goblets, but I think a lot of times when you see a goblet that has a long stem, it keeps. I think a lot of the reason is because it keeps your body heat. Like when you hold a wine glass or whatever, from heating up, warming the wine. And I'll show you something that I know that's why that's the configuration it is. These are beautiful. Not that I'm a connoisseur on wine, but just saying. So we have 4 of these. And just look how beautiful those things are, how elegant and beautiful with that long. They call these water glasses, but I think that thank you, Shobel. I think they would be more suitable for a wine. And let's see if I can't find that. We got rid of that. Let's see, Martini vintage crystal wine. See, I wrote it down. Now, what I do with it? Sold that one. We sold that one. because I remember doing shorts on this. I had to grab back my subscribers from YouTube after you know, after they stole what I worked for. Let's see, there's that one. Let's see. Those are pressed glass. Let me make a quick picture. Write down things and have no idea what's going on. So let's do a quick look see, but they are really elegant, guys. Just look at that beauty. Something that would want to have out so people can look at them because they are beautiful. Let's see. Let's go in. There it is. We have, it says it's a water goblet. It's Gastonberry, Lotus. They are pretty. Gastonberry, Lotus water goblets is what they are. So we will start all four of these. I'm going to start all four of these at 12, and that's quite the deal. We're going to start bid at 12. And you get them all. It's got the most beautiful etching in that. I thought they were really beautiful. And they call them water goblets, but hey, I think they're for wine because it keeps your hands down on the stem where it won't kind of warm up the wine from the heat from your skin, and they are beautiful. And they are etched on the outside. And there's four of them. If anyone. Okay, Suzanne, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Let me make sure that, because one thing that people often do, and there's Francine. Welcome in, sweetheart, and Happy New Year to you. Let's see. I think the mistake that a lot of people make, because I'm not seeing it here. Let me drop that in the chat. People put, so it is, here is my email. A lot of people put like a D instead of an F. I don't see it, sweetie. You might want to try again. And there is my email right there. And it looks like Care Hell is in at that $12 bid. They are perfect. There is not one thing wrong with them. And they are something else. I think a lot of times when people look at my name, they think it's Bradford. It's two F's. So there's I didn't see it. So you might want to try it again. Suzanne, it's right there. That's okay, Suzanne. A lot of people think it's a Bradford. And there's Janet. Welcome in, sweetie. Good to see you. That's quite all right, sweetheart. Sometimes I make mistakes on emails too because I get excited. So I see Care Hell in at that $12 bid. I did not say how tall they were. And it's good to see you guys, and happy New Year. I'll tell you, there's not too many people to make a mess like I do. So I'm going to give you a measurement because I didn't do it. 8 inches tall. So Care Hell is in at that $12 bid, and I do have Care Hell's information. So I do not see any other interest on these beautiful. I think they're for wine. I mean, you can put water in them if you want to, but there's just a touch of elegance to these. So I do not see any other interest. So we're going to start calling this down for Care Hell. So we're going to go once, going twice, final and last call. And we are sold to Care Hell. Congratulations. These are beautiful. They're very elegant. And they call them, they said it's supposed to be for water. Well, I disagree. And there's Joanne. Welcome in, sweetheart. I disagree. I think they're too suave for water glasses, but to each his own. Let me move around here so I can get this over here. And thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. So, if you haven't seen enough glasses yet, right? And it should. I mean, it's too beautiful to just have water in it. And I think the reason why those stems are so long is for that purpose, so that your body heat will not heat up, will not affect the temperature of the wine. So, something a little different for you guys. I thought these were very, very unique. So I picked them up. And these are martini glasses, guys. And as you can, excuse me, as you can see, look what's on the bottom. And I know for sure these are vintage. And I think I got you. I did get you. And thank you so much, Suzanne. Thank you so much. Very good. You got it, dear. Thank you again. And there's Doug. Welcome in, sweetheart. So, I do know for a fact that the reasoning for these is that you hold it down here so it will not affect what's in here. These are vintage as I'll get out. There's one that looks like this right here. And welcome in and Happy New Year, Doug. So we have a total of 4. This one has polka dots on it. And these are vintage martini glasses. And you would think the wine and the stuff I sell would be. And here's one this way. These are very different, guys. You probably won't see one, especially with this. And in one, there's some bubbling. This one has some bubbling in it. So we've got 4 of those. And since they are the uniqueness that they are, there's 4. And we're going to start them at 15 because if you see what these sell for, your hair would stand up. We're going to start that whole set for $15. What a deal. You're getting quality. You have the dots right here. You have the lines right here. And Suzanne is definitely interested in these. And there's that. And there's your lines. And I picked them up because I'd never seen anything like them. So we have Suzanne in at that $15 bid. And again, thank you for sending me your info. I really appreciate that. Yes, honey. Yes, friend. They are solid. I know they look like they're not, but they are totally solid. And they were just different, something that you don't normally see every day. And Suzanne said they use coffee cups. Sometimes, what I used to do this was years ago, when I would take coffee out, I would put it, and I'm not kidding you, I would put it in a mason jar. And you're welcome, Francis. And I'd put my coffee in that with the, has a rim and everything. That's how I took mine. So no shame in our game, right? So I see Suzanne at that $15 bid. If I do not see any other interests like 17, we're going to call these amazing pieces of vintage glassware down. That is solid, guys. I know it looks like it's not, but it is. So I do not see anyone coming in, so it looks like Suzanne will be taking home these very unique and not seen very often martini glasses. So we are going to begin the countdown for these. So we're going to go once to Suzanne for all four of these lovelies. Going twice. Final and last call. And we are sold to Miss Suzanne. Congratulations. And for the next celebration you have, you will be drinking high society in these beautiful, gorgeous martini glasses. Something different. I thought that they were wonderful and they went at 15. And congratulations, sweetie. They're hard to get a hold of. Thank you, Mama Chola. I'm really particular about what I get. I don't like ordinary at all. I don't like ordinary things. So I always go for the gusto. It's nothing but the best. Why not? Life's too short, right, girls and guys? Now we're going to come up with a really hot ticket. Let's see, did I have There's the other one. Now these are really nice, guys. No kidding. And I sell a lot of this stuff, and it seems like the wine glasses, the vintage wine glasses, and things like that sell. So if you're going to, that's okay, Francis. Get the good stuff, get the old stuff. And there's Beth. Welcome in, and happy New Year to you, and thank you for being here. So let me go into my gallery so we can get the particulars, but check this out. Now, if that's not, isn't that something? You got those right there. Margarita glasses. I can hear you guys getting the salt ready for the rim. You're like, she's something else. Okay, where'd you go? Where are you at? I am not going to make another picture. Well, I might if I'm forced. I know I took a picture of these. Now, where'd it go? Aha, I found it. Talking about a gallery full, that you ain't kidding. You are not kidding. I like to keep my pictures, and when I sell the item, I just delete it. So, I just so this is from this is Libby Metropolis clear margarita glasses. They have a distinctive multiple bubble stem design. This clear glass pattern was produced at Libby Glass Company and is now discontinued, guys. Discontinued, making them a vintage find. And these are for margaritas. There's 6 of them. And they're by Libby. I seem to find a lot of Libby stuff. Metropolis. So, for you out there looking for that perfect margarita glass to impress your guest, then I got you. These have a capacity of 9 to 12.6 ounces, and I have 6. So, let's see. I am going to start all of these at 6. I'm just going to go ahead and start these at 20 because they're very well worth it. You're getting 6 and not just any. These are Metropolis. And I'm starting them at 20 because these are not just, you probably won't walk into any tavern and see this. Yeah, Beth has been having a lot of problems with allergy type and upper respiratory. But that's a deal, guys. You figure, you're getting something vintage. You don't see them every day. And it would be nice if you entertain. Can you imagine these set out on a tray or something and things like that? These are nice. Let me give you a measurement. And there's 6 of them, guys. That is a good deal, especially for a vintage item that you just don't see it. You just don't see it. And we know what they hold. And it's a 6.25 inches tall, and they're beautiful. And they're 6. So you figure if you're paying $5 a glass, which is good, you're getting 2 free. See where I'm coming from? So even if you pay $5 a piece, they're still good. The party goods, yep. So, being that I do not want to keep these, we're going to drop the price. Now, listen up, guys. It's coming down. We will drop it to $15. That's $5 off. So, we're going to start them at buy it now 15. First one puts that $15 bid in the chat is going to get these. And go. They're $15. I mean, that's a great deal. And if you like to entertain, you would absolutely be the belle of the ball with these. And Minnie said 15 because she's $15. How wonderful is that? This is a new year. It's not time for hanging on to things that we can sell, right? So Minnie is in at 15. Very good, Minnie. When the guests come in and are wowed by your glassware, say I have a hookup on YouTube. So I see Minnie at 15 looking for 17. That's a great deal for something vintage like that. But it's a buy it. Oh my God, duh. Thank you, Carahel. So it's sold to Minnie. My mind is somewhere else, guys. Congratulations, Carahel. Say knock knock, Blondie. You said buy it now. Okay. Thank you. sold to many for 15. What a deal that was. I'm sitting here in a daze. I'm not normally this goofy, guys, really. I am not normally this way. So, let's see. Put them all together, but keep them away from my router because we will have a definite problem. Okay, let's break into a little bit of jewelry here. And I do have some gemstone jewelry, by the way. And where's that neck at? We'll just kind of break it up. If I can't find the neck that I have, let's do this, guys. I have some necklaces here, and some of them are stone. Most of them. Kind of break it up a little bit. I know sometimes I can be really goofy, but who's counting, right? So we have this, I believe this is, if I'm not mistaken, these findings are not silver, but this is kiwi jasper. I have no idea what the black ones are, but it is kiwi jasper. And there's T. Thank you, T. This is an ensemble by Bruce. So, and welcome in and happy new year. But this is kiwi jasper, and I'll give you a measurement on it. And we'll start this one at 12, an insane price, might I add. And this is kiwi jasper. I have not these are not sterling findings on that, but that is kiwi jasper. I have no idea what that black stone is. And we're going to start it at 12. They must be for me. I'm kiwi. Hey, they can be for anyone if that's a cheap price. Even if you did, that's insane. Even if you wanted to take it apart and redo it and put sterling findings on it, you could do it, guys. And it's heavy. It's not a light necklace, and beautiful stone if you're a person that likes to take things apart and recraft it and have kiwi jasper. And I don't know what those black things are. I have no idea. But there's that one. And it's starting at 12. I got to move this stuff, guys. This is no joke. So here's another one. I think Mama Chola may have to help me out. I'm not for sure what that is, but I do know it's stone. Those are not sterling findings on that. So I'm not for sure what it is, but it's absolutely stone. And this one, I think there's some amethyst up here. And there's a different, if you want to take it apart and redo it. And I'll start this one at 12. You couldn't even, if you went into a place to buy stones for necklace, and you said, oh, I'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 25 stones for $12, they would probably laugh, probably under their breath. But you do have amethyst in there, and there are some, like I said, even if you wanted to take it apart, you could, but I pretty much know those are amethyst right there. Just a real pleasant color. Thank you for the hearts. So there's that one. I don't think you guys want jewelry. I think you want, hang on, this is neat, guys, and this is heavy. And everyone is familiar with moon glow, and this is an old one. And just look at that moon glow. If I can show it, see that in the middle there? This is an old one. And yes, it is short. And we'll do this one for 10. And I'll give you a measurement. Beautiful moon glow. It's either onyx jet or hematite, A, B, or C. And this is an old one, guys. It does have that glow to it. And we're talking about probably, I would say about, it says, let me see, looking at about 17 inches on this one, and it's beautiful moon glow. And this is an older one, guys. See that little light right there? Of course, it is a shorter one, and it would fit like this, and that's a lot of moon glow. That's a lot of bang for the buck. But you can see that moon glow, and if Chunky's in, guys, there's that little gold, it's gold tone, but it is moon glow. It's beautiful. It's an old one, but a good one. Let's see here. Now, this is neat, guys. This is glass. And I believe that to be leather right there. And we'll start this one at 10. You have like that beautiful lined glass. And that's what it is, guys. It's nothing. And this is leather and it's brown. And there you have your lobster claw with your little extension right there. It's just a really beautiful color. And it's all glass, as you can see. Just a beautiful necklace. I'll give you a measurement on it. Let me see. So, let me find. So, it is a total. It comes in about 15 inches with about a 2-inch extender. It is all glass. It's really pretty if you like brown, and I do think that's leather right there, and all that is glass. And then you just have your little silver tone spacers right there. And there's that one. I don't think you guys want to see jewelry. We're going back to the glass. I'm going to have to do some big jewelry lots just to move it out. I don't know what that is. There's too much. When it comes to jewelry, there's a lot of competition out there. But if you stick with what you're good at, right? If you stick with what you're good at, then you'll never go wrong, right? So I have 2 of these. These are old, and I was in such an hope they would be uranium glass, but they're not. But I read something, it's like a daisy-like pattern on these. You get this, a lot of them I just yanked out of the bag here. And I'll tell you what these are. They're definitely old. And there's Jean. Welcome in, and Happy New Year. And let me go into this gallery and check this out. I don't memorize nothing. Let's see. Here we go. So these are 2 trays, and they are old. So this is a vintage amber, an ashtray. You're kidding me. This is an ashtray. Did we have anyone out there that collects ashtrays? I didn't know it's what it was, but I have 2 of these, and they're the most beautiful yellow. Look at that yellow. This is a vintage amber glass ashtray, likely produced what? No way. Likely produced by Fenton, L.E. Smith, or L.G. Wright, featuring a daisy button pattern. I've never seen Fenton in this color. But these are ashtrays. Why would somebody put something out in an ashtray that would, antique Hobbs daisy button? Well, I don't think it's Fenton. If it was Fenton, I'd be doing a happy dance about now. But then it says Antique Hobbs 101 Daisy and Button Old Gold Ice Cream Saucer. I guess it's an ice cream. You get all these conflicting descriptions. In the 50s, ashtrays were hot. Well, I'm getting contradictory. One said it was an ashtray, and vintage Daisy Button. They says it's an ashtray. You're kidding me. Well, they can be whatever you want them to be, and they were priced separately. So I know they're not Fenton. I've never seen Fenton in this color. Of course, I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, but it is definitely vintage right there. And we have two trays. And when you first showed them, I thought they were ashtrays, but I didn't want to say anything. Well, that's okay, Mama Chola. Well, they appear never to be used, so there's two of them. I know what I paid for them separately, so we'll sell these as a set. You could use them for whatever you wanted to, and we'll start both of them at 12. They are vintage, and they're either Fenton, I wouldn't think Fenton, more like Ellie Smith or LG Bright, featuring a daisy button pattern. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start those at 12, and it looks like Leslie is in there already. She's seen something, and Leslie is in at 12. I think they could be pickle dishes or radish dishes. I guess they could be. It come up as Fenton, and I very highly don't think it's Fenton. I don't even think Fenton produces this color. So we have Leslie in at 12, and she's going to take both of them and they are vintage. They are in really good condition, and they're just different. If you like yellow, then this is the ticket right here. So I see Leslie in at that $12 bid. And thank you, Lenore. And that seems to be the only interest. So when we only have one person in, we will start calling that down for Miss Leslie. So I'll give it a few minutes there might be a lag. There may not be. We don't know. So we're going to go once to Leslie for that $12 bid. Going twice. Thank you, Beth. I thought they were pretty. I like yellow. Twice, final, and last call. And it looks like Leslie is going to have these beauties sent to her. Fair warning. And we are sold. Thank you so much, Leslie. I thought they were a very lovely shade of yellow. If you like yellow and you like old things, then that's the ticket. I got to be careful not to set these over and mess up it because the router's over there. And so here's what I'm going to do. I'm getting ready to put out a collection of very vintage wine. These are wine or water, and they're all going together. And you say, why do you want to sell those together? Because they belong together. And I'm going to bring all these out, and they're going as a set because they're from the same name. And guess what? Hear that noise? That means they're crystal, guys, and they're all, if you're a lot of people like things in sets. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Music. And they are, yeah. So if you're going to have something nice, you might as well have the whole set. Well, pretty much the whole set. So here we come, ladies and gents. It's time for a big old lot of crystal. It's time, it's time. Let me make sure I got all of it. So, and thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you guys' new year has started off well. Okay, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 of these. And some of these are in different configurations and they're all going together because when you have something this fantastic, we got to have it all together, right? So there's this line, and then here's a different pattern here. It's shaped different, and they need to all go together. Then we have the smaller ones like that. Mama Chola said she's getting ready to do something crazy. I know her. Then we have this one. So you've got 3 different sizes. So 6, 7, 8. There's 11 in total. And let's go into what exactly, listen to that. Oh, the sound of crystal. And they are crystal and they are beautiful. Very rarely do people look on to an item like this many. So let me tell you exactly what they are. And I think they should go together. And I know how you ladies like a set of something, right? There's no sense in. So here we go. These are vintage crystal wine glasses by American Cut. So this is just the beginning of the numerous. So we do have 2 different styles. The big one, you have this style and that style. Then you have your more like that, and they are crystal. Then you have the smaller ones. I didn't mean to do that, guys. Let me get rid of this right here. Then we have like this. So they're all going together, and my neck is killing me. That's what happens when you get older. And there's Brian. You was waiting at the drugstore, Brian. I know sometimes it's a long. And there is Tanya. Happy 2006 to you, dear. And it's good to see you, Brian. It's always hurry up and wait, right? So we have this whole set, and some of them have this kind of a thing on them, and they are vintage and they are crystal. And some of them have this here on the bottom. And let's see here. So we have 10 vintage crystal wine glasses. Now, this would be a good set to get a hold of, guys. So I'm going to start it. I'm going to start this at I'm going to start the whole set at $35. That is a deal. And we will review exactly what we're getting. There's that. And this size here. We jump down to this size. It's a whole set, guys. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. And they're crystal, guys. when opportunity knocks. And then we have one with this type of thing here. And so that's a deal, guys. And you get some smaller ones in different configurations here. Very nice. So, yeah. And that's the best part of them. They're in different sizes. And I believe they belong together. So that's how we need to keep them together. And there are 11 of them, guys. Do the math. And we'll just have a little music concerto here while you're waiting. Listen to that sound. And they're really nice. We'll just do a little musical symphony here while we're waiting. So, I will drop this $5 and $5 only, and I will start it at $30 for all of them. And what a deal that is. 30 price drop of $5, $30. So you're getting them at an excellent price, just saying. Look at what you're getting. You've got all the sizes and crystal to boot. And there are 11 of them, guys. Are you guys sure that you want to pass up such a deal? I couldn't imagine back in the day, buying. They are beautiful. Two different patterns. My neck is killing me. Let's see. We'll give it just a few minutes. You guys sure you're not interested in this? So this is the final and last offer. I'm going to start every one of them at $25, and that's a deal. Someone needs to jump all over that one. So we're going to start it at 25. It's come down $5 twice, guys. That's quite the deal, and they're vintage. 25. So let's see what we got. So I don't see any interest, so we will put these right back over here. Does anybody want me to break up like so many? Do you only want so many of them? We can do that because I don't need them. I have absolutely no use for them. If you want, I can break them up into a set if you'd like, because we do have different sizes of these together. And if anyone is watching after the fact and they are interested in that, it's available, and they're all crystal. Just saying. What a deal that is for all that glass. And probably they're not that heavy, so they wouldn't ship for that much, especially the way that I do them, the bag in the box. The shipping would be pretty reasonable on these. So let's move over to here. But those are nice. I don't want to block my modem here for sure. Move it over. Let's see, right there. So those are available in the event that someone changes their mind. Okay, we're going from one glassware to another. Now, this is Waterford crystal. You will, and they are vintage. You will not see these, and I have 11 of them. And they are water glasses. They are Waterford crystal. My neck is killing me. And I'll give you a measurement, and there's 11 of them. Now, these weigh a little more due to the ball on them. So, we're going to start all 11 of these. I got to see. At 25 for 11 Waterford crystal. And I have to start them at that. And there's not much of a leeway, let me tell you. Starting at 25 for all 11. And there's Barb. Welcome in, sweetie. So we're looking at, I didn't have the even numbers, so there's 11 of these Waterford crystal. And they have the little ball on those, and they are vintage. They are really, really nice, guys. And I can't go any lower than that. So we have many in at that 25, aren't they? So we have many in at that $25 bid, and that's just saying it was these sell for high dollar online, just saying. So we have many in at that $25 bid, just really beautiful vintage. I was surprised to look into that. And welcome back, Brian. Oh, yeah, they're beautiful. Nice base. So many is in at that $25 bid. We need to see 27 or better. We do have 27 with Suzanne. These are magnificent. There's only 11. So somebody probably broke one along the way. And it wasn't me. It came like that. So we have that standing bid of 27 with Suzanne. Looking for 29 or better. These are quality, 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 vintage quality. And we have Romel in here, and I missed him. There's Romel. Welcome in. Almost 6.5 inches tall, and Minnie is at 29. Looking for 31 or better. They're nice, guys. I felt really fortunate, and Minnie is in at 31. Looking for 33 or better. These are amazing. They're vintage, and they're Waterford crystal. Nice, solid. The thing of it is, what I'm looking at, if you've got something like this, it can't be knocked over real easy. Suzanne is at 31, and Minnie is out to Suzanne. And Minnie, thank you for your bids. These are magnificent. So we're going to start calling this down for Suzanne. I do not see any other interest. There were only 2 bidders currently. So we're going to go once to Suzanne for that $31 bid. Going twice. Final and last call. Okay, Suzanne Han. Suzanne, sweetheart, I don't think I have your information. I've got the other Suzannes. If you could send me, and we are sold, sold, sold. If you could send me your information, sweetheart, to this email address, I would really appreciate it. And I dropped it right there in the chat for you. I've got the other Suzanne, but I don't think I have yours. Congratulations. What a deal that was. I know I've got the other Suzanne. These are great. I mean, the thing I like about these, it's when you have something like this, it's not easily knocked over. You know what I'm talking about? And they are something else. And congratulations. The other ones are still in the container they were bought in. And thank you so much. 31, and just register at that email, please. And thank you. I appreciate it. because we want you to get your beautiful glassware. Next, let's see how many I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So next up on the roster, we have these. These are for champagne or beer or whatever your little heart desires. They are vintage. And let me go back in here to get the particulars and thank registering now. Thank you so much, Suzanne. That is so important. I appreciate you. So I'm going to tell you what these are. These could be for champagne or beer of your choice. Not that I'm a connoisseur on either one of them. And I'll tell you what these are. And there are 6 of these. Okay. So what these are, there's no way that they're that. Sometimes Google is not a very good holy cow. A very good thing, especially when you take a picture of something and it says it's a vase and you know it's not. But these are vintage champagne glasses, or you ought to see what these things, and they're made in Finland, guys, and I have 6. 6 made in Finland. Oh my God. You mean to tell me that they sold that many for that price? Dang. And they're low. They must be popular because they're low in stock. So let me do a second count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I do have 6 of these. And somebody sold 4 for $73. So that's and they're low in stock and only one, and that was for 4 of these, and they're from Finland. But not today. Not that price is not today. So let me go in, and there's 6 of them. And they are from Finland. They're in excellent condition. And I'm going to start all 6 at 15, and it's a good deal. And if you like your at 15, I was running in circles. And 4 of them sold for $76 online, and they're low on stock, and it was only 4 of these, and they are from Finland. What a deal that is. And I will give you a measurement. Dang, I'd love to have been in that class, wouldn't you? They're 8.25 inches tall. Thank you, Barb. You know where that came from. This is a Bruce ensemble. My neck is killing me for some reason. So we have Brian in at that $15 bid, looking for 17. Yep, isn't that gorgeous? Looks like Hollywood, doesn't it? Love the red. Isn't that beautiful? It's like a fuchsia kind of color. Then the earrings, and I come up here and find these, and we all know who those came from. They are killing me. So I see Brian at that $15 bid. These are very nice. They were produced in Finland and they start at 15. So Brian is the only fella I see in at that $15 bid. You just can't resist. They do have some really amazing things. You know what? You go in there, nope. You go in there and you say, nope, I'm not going to buy anything this time. And by the time the auction's over with, you've done bought quite a bit. But hey, so I see Brian. Brian in at 15, and I see no other interest, so we are going to call this down for Brian. And there's Merche. Welcome in. Welcome in. You going there? Nope, I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. Then your finger edges ever so carefully beside that bid button, and you're just stuck. Welcome in, Merche, and Happy New Year. So we're going to go once to Brian for his $15 bid. Going twice. Final and last call. And it looks like we are sold to Brian. So he will be, I guess you could put champagne or whatever in there. If you want to put grape juice, whatever. And congratulations. Congrats, congrats. Now let's start digging. Alrighty then. Okay, for those of you who like to entertain, say like you're a room mother or room grandmother and you like to take cupcakes, but you have to take so many and you're just frazzled because you don't know what to put them in to keep them. Yeah. And you just don't know what to put them cupcakes in. You're overwhelmed and you're thinking, gee, I would like to have something that would store 36 cupcakes. Well, your wishes and dreams have been covered. So we have this, and it's big, guys. Trust me. We have this cupcake. This holds a storage for cupcakes, and it's coming in at about 15 inches across and 11 inches. Let's see here. It holds 36. Now, if you are that person that likes to be a room mother and take cupcakes, good Lord, and take them, and they're safe, you don't put them in a box, they're not moving around in your car, then this is for you. Ta-da! This is heavy plastic, guys. It really is. It's quality. It's not like these knockoff brands that you can buy can be really cheap. And then look at all, you got 3 trays that hold 12 each. That's the stuff that dreams are made of. My daughter would say, fill it. So here we have it. 36, it holds 36. So if you want your cupcakes to arrive in one piece and not be all over the back seat, then this is for you. So it's nice, guys. It's made of durable, it's plastic, of course. It does not have a name on it. It's made really well. So what to start this at? What would we pay for something this ingenious? Not that it didn't exist before. So let's start this at, being that it holds 36 cupcakes, we'll start it at $15. And what a deal that is. You'll never have to worry about your cupcakes getting spilled over. Look at the dome on that thing. This is not cheap plastic. Look at that thing. So if you like to take, it's even good for muffins or whatever. You put your cupcakes in there. You put the lid down. You click the lock. You grab the handle and out the door you go. And you'll be the envy of the classroom if you, for the sweet baker. Plus, mini cheesecakes, right? So it's heavy, guys. It's not one of those little cheap Dollar Tree, but you've got 36 capacity of 36 cupcakes, quiche, those little miniature quiches, and Minnie is in at 15. Smart lady, because this thing, it's made very well. It's good quality. I wouldn't be ashamed to take this out in public because it's really good quality. So, if I see no other bids, we need 17 or better, or Minnie's going to be carrying her cupcakes in style, or baking cupcakes and putting them in here and keeping them fresh. See, that's the good part. It is lovely. So, Minnie is in at 15. I do not see any other bids. So, while I put this down because it's heavy, it's made well. So, I see Minnie in at that $15 bid. And Happy New Year to you, Brian, and everyone in the chat. And Bruce is back. Welcome back, Bruce. So we're going to go once to Minnie for $15. And what a deal that was. Going once, going twice. Final and last call. And we are sold to Minnie. Minnie, it's great. It's heavy. It's made really well. You will not be disappointed. Satisfaction guaranteed, right, guys? Congratulations. Okay, now what are we doing? And thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you for hanging in there. So, I'm thinking this is a little sugar and creamer. And on the bottom it says Holiday Import San Francisco Tarnish Protected Silver Plate. And it is just darling. And as you can see, it's a little on the dirty side. And it is vintage and it's silver plated. And it does come with these. Now, they said most of these are lined with enamel. That is not enamel. That's like a gold tone, like wash. It matches the tray to a T. It's silver plated. You're getting them both. And here's what it looks like. Like I said, I did not clean this. It is kind of skanky. I didn't clean it because I leave that up to whoever wants it. But as you can see, it does have the identical gold tone right there once you clean it up. And it's going, as a set, it is vintage. And we will start this skanky. It is a little rough around the edges, but it's pretty. It's probably been stored in somebody's. So we'll start this beauty out at, since it's silver plated, this is a steel, just saying. We'll start this out at 15, and it is silver plated. And you saw, well, I'll show it to you. Look at me finding my, let's see here. Right there is your, it's absolutely silver plated. It's just a darling little set. And if it's your thing and it comes with both of these things, and it does need to be cleaned, but I will leave that up to the buyer. It is very cute and silver plated. Bob, who's Bob? Oh, I know what he's saying. And Leslie is in at 15. It really is. It's silver plated, guys. You can't go wrong. So I see Leslie. I think um, Bruce is teasing about how Dennis says bar Bob. He's got that New York accent. So I see Leslie in at 15. I sit here jaw jacking and didn't measure it. Well, I'm on a roll tonight, people. 8 1/4 on your tray. Very lovely. So now, if Dennis hears that, it wasn't my idea. Just saying, Dennis. I asked who Bob was, and I was innocent now. I was innocent. So I see Leslie being the only one in at that $15 bid. So we shall start calling this down for her. It is silver plated. So we're going to go once to Leslie, going twice to Leslie. It is very nice. Final and last call. You guys, final and last call. And it looks like Leslie will have this coming home to her. And I won't do anything to it. I won't touch it. Leslie, congratulations. It is a very pretty set. Let's see. And sold to Leslie for 15. Congratulations. It's very cute and it's vintage for sure. Y'all set me up. You said you made me say the B word. And if you're listening, I was totally innocent now. Remember that. Say she backed right into that one, didn't she? So let's move along here. I was gonna grab. Okay, now I know this is kind of rough looking. You guys set me up. Whoa. I know this is old and it is definitely silver plated. It is a gravy, like a gravy boat. And I know it doesn't indicate that it's silver plated, but I believe it to be silver plated. And this is something you very rarely, and this one's an old one, guys. Really old. Let me go in here and make a picture of this because I know it's older. It's something that people wouldn't use food wise, but they might use for aesthetic looks and stuff with something that they might already have. Let me flip through the album here. Aha, there it is. And thank you guys for being here. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Now you guys got me thinking and giggling. Oh my goodness. This is an antique. Y'all hear that? An antique English silver gravy boat, likely from the 19th century. It features a gradoon border along the rim, which is right there, with a leaf motif at the top. Let's see what else it says. That's it. No way. If that's sterling, I'm going to take a vacation. No, I'm kidding. If this is what I think, this can't be what I think it is. If that's sterling and I missed it, dang, and it's heavy too. Say, boy, she's looking at that like it's the last piece she'll ever see. It's not marked. And this one's set, well, no, it's in a different configuration. Got y'all all fired up for nothing, didn't I? It's silver plated. We can all rest easy tonight. But it is definitely vintage. Man, if that was silver, the weight on that, I'd be running to the scrap guy quick, fast, and in a hurry. It's made in Hong Kong, silver plated. And this says it's a creamer, but I thought it was a gravy boat. That shows how much I know. Vintage decorative silver plated creamer on bottom, made in Hong Kong. So it is silver plated, but I don't see one mark on that. And it's supposed to, it probably went with the set, but it is definitely vintage and it's, whoever got it would have to clean it up because I wouldn't I wouldn't even attempt it, but it is vintage. I'll give you a measurement. I wouldn't even attempt to clean that. But I don't see where it's, well, maybe there was a sticker on it at one time. We're coming across about 7.5 inches. It is about 4 inches wide. According to this, it is a creamer, 5.5 on bottom, made in Hong Kong. So I'm going to start this at, let's see here. It is silver plated and it is old. We're going to start it at 12. That may be a mistake, but who cares? Because, and as you can see, look at the right around through here, that really fine. It says nothing. It's silver plated though, but I don't see anything indicating that. It's just a really old, and it's supposed to be a creamer. It probably went with a set of something somewhere, and it is kind of yucky, but that's what they make that polishing cloth for, right? I got to get a drink on that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got a really fancy smancy handle on it, doesn't it? I would say it probably went with a set of something, probably, but it's an old one. I guess you would hold it like this and you would anchor it with your thumb right there where you could have better control over it. And I would say that's exactly how it was used back in the day. Does have a great handle on it. Okay, we're going to go back some of this other things on the good lord. I had a box dump over full of jewelry. I'm going to mess with that cable or we won't have anything. So, let's do this box. Have you ever felt like running away from home and you just didn't have the luggage? No, I'm kidding. Here is a huge box, and it looks like a suitcase. And I thought it was neat, so I picked it up. I wonder what's up with them. Nobody has brought me any coffee up here. Shame, shame. I'll send a text message down there. And so here we have, this is a box and it says Explorer on it. And it's got the nicest handle on it and hardware on it. And I'll show you the inside of it. Awful nice hardware for a box, but we'll open this. And that's what it looks like right there. I gotta watch what I'm doing here. And I will give you a measurement on it. So, it's coming right in at, it's just a little shy of 18 inches long, and it's about 12 inches across. It'd be a nice box for someone that wanted to store. There's a little condition issue right there, but that's what they make glue for. But this is the inside of it. It'd be a nice for storage of about, anything that you wanted to store in it. So I couldn't get over the handle they've got on this thing. They got a fancy handle. So we will start this one. It's big. And Bruce is having problems with PayPal. Oh, Bruce. Okay, Bruce. I know sometimes PayPal can be frustrating. So we will start this one at, I'll start it at 12. It is very nice, to say the least. Yes, it is cardboard, but still, you do have your little metal things on the side. I guess it would be good for storage if you wanted to store something. And it is gender neutral, so if you wanted to store something in it. And mini is at 12. Let me set this down here. So I see mini at 12. You could put, Minnie's like me when it comes to boxes. She never met a box she didn't like. So I see mini in at that $12 bid. And I do not see any other interest. So we will start to call this down for mini. So we're going to go once to mini for that $12 bid. Going twice. Thank you, Lenore. Final and last call. And we are sold to Miss Minnie. Congratulations. That cupcake thing is just, it's great. I mean, okay, guys, do you notice you haven't seen a certain item yet? I'll give you a hint. It's probably from the 60s. It has hands on it and a chime. I haven't offered that clock yet, but I'm getting ready to here in a second. I've got it in the other room and I'll be right back. And like I said, I should be able to get it in a reasonably sized box so it won't cost a fortune, because the top of that slides off, which will cut the size down. And I'll be right back. Hang in there. Hang in there. All right. Well, duh. I don't have to go too far. It's right behind me. Hello. You're like, looky what we have here. A beautiful Linden 31-day clock probably from the 60s. And would you look at the shape this thing's in? Check that out. Is that not beautiful or what? It's in relatively good condition. And this does open. There's your latch. It's got a beautiful chime to it. So inside here, we have the key. This is important. This key slides in this slot. So, because if you lose it, that's not a good thing. Look at the condition of this clock. I mean, you do not see things. This is from the 60s. And then, of course, you have your latch. Here's your back. So it's made in Japan. It is a 31-day clock. Gorgeous as all get out. And see, to ship it, that comes off because this slides down, so it will considerably take a lot of length off of it. So while I'm thinking of it, let me give you a measurement of it. Let's see what I do with that. Well, it wouldn't be me if I didn't lose something. We'll set it to the side here. Here we go. I thought I lost it, but I was wrong. Say that's it. That's a matter of opinion, right? So we're looking at, according to this, it's about, I would say, if I bend it down over that, it comes out to about 20 inches, but I could get this without the top on it into a regular box without any problems. Let me check something because we don't want it to cost an arm and 3 legs for shipping. Let's see. I'm using this as for example because you don't want to pay a fortune. Let me see here. It is a beauty, though, I'm telling you. Trying to figure out if I could pull that off. Let me see here. Because it's so pretty. I should be able to get this. I want to be sure of what I'm doing first. Let's see something. Okay. Here we go. Like I said, this does come off. This front part does detach from the clock itself. To me, if I would, whoever, if someone's interested, I would take that off and put 2 on here because this is heavy. Now I'm sure that's substantial, but just to be on the safe side, I would add something else. So with that being said, I have never seen a clock. I believe this is from the 60s in this kind of shape. So we are going to start this. My nose itches. Let's see. We're going to start this. We're going to start this at 65 for a start for a clock that looks like that. What? And like I said, this does detach. It just slides right there. And it's a beautiful clock, and there's your charm. It does have the key with it, and I felt like that was a fair price for something that's has age on it, and it is a Linden 31 day. And if not, I'll take it downstairs and hang it in my dining room. My husband, we've got one that winds up, and it hasn't been wound in like forever. So if you like those old clocks, the old fashioned wind up, and I believe this is from the 60s, and it is a beauty. And it's model number 8052, made in Japan. So it's a beauty. So you can hear a little bit of the chiming. Listen to that chime on that. It's got a nice chime. And that's what the chime sounds like. It's a beauty. I just imagine these things, you don't see very many of them. It is really a pretty one. Let me set this. Yeah, nice. I don't think I've ever seen a clock that survived that long and that this condition. So it is pretty nice there. It's got a thing where you slide your key in at the bottom, and it's really beautiful. I guess 31 day. I guess it's got arrows on it where you like go forward. The thing of it is, if you've got a clock you have to wind up and you're short like me, I don't. We've got a wind up clock downstairs that's older, but I don't think it's been wound in like an eternity. You gotta keep them wound if you want them to. The chime sounded really pretty on this one. So we'll just set this little baby right here. I'm waiting on that right person. But I thought, my gosh, look what kind of shape that thing's in. So if you change your mind, you know where I'm at, and my usually in my description is my email, and that's where you'll find me. So next up, we have a little trinket type thing that resembles an iron, and of course that more than likely that's fired gold on that handle, and it's just a really cute little trinket box. I guess you could use it for whatever you wanted to. I'll have to make a picture because I don't remember exactly what this was, and I'll move it in. Just a pretty, I've got my finger on to keep it from coming off. It looks like an iron. Let me take a quick picture of this since I obviously slept since then. Hang on just a second. I've had it for a little while. Let's take a picture of it. You know me, I like to deal in these things that are old and okay, come on up here. Let's take a look. But I just thought it was different, so I picked it up. No, I don't want a printer. So let's just see how old this thing is. This is a vintage ceramic iron shaped trinket box or candy dish. It is white porcelain with gold twisted rope handle on top. And it's got the little pine cones on it. I thought it was kind of cute. It can be used for holding jewelry, sweets, or as a decorative home accent. And it is different. Let's see what we're going to do. There's that one. First time I seen a trinket box that looked like an iron. Okay, we will start this one at we'll start this one at 12 because of the age of it and it's kind of unique. So while we are deliberating here, I'll give you a measurement on it from it looks like from the little back end of it, it's like 7.5 inches, and then across it's like 4 inches. Here is the inside of it right there. It's got some kind of textured, it's porcelain. And then you have your little feet on it, as you can see. Kind of an interesting bottom on that one. And it is a trinket box. I would think this would really be cute to hold like your little sewing needles and your little spools of thread. And thank you for the hearts. It's really a beautiful piece here, an older one. Let's see, what else do we have? Let me see. Aha, found something else. Alrighty then. Now, if you're the type of person that is fascinated with things, and I think this is Mikasha, from what I can tell, we put that over there. And you have the bowl. Good Lord, that's heavy. You have the bowl and you have the coordinating tray. I don't know what this is used for. And there you have your frosted type, your shells and then this matches it. And is it heavy, guys? You have the shells on that. It's like a two-piece set. I'm not really for sure what it's used for, but it's pretty fantastic. And there's your bowl, and it does have some weight to it. And a lot of times the frosted part, Mikasha does a lot of stuff like that with the frosted part. It is big. So my guess is that's exactly what it is. And I'll give you a measurement on the tray part. Let me set it on top. It's really a pretty piece. If you're into like the ocean and shells and stuff like that, then this would be the one for you. And so it's just a hair over 14 inches on the tray. Yeah, it's shell motifs. Let me get it a little bit closer. That light, see the shell, the different, let me douse that light. Might be a little too bright up in here, right? Let's see, let me lower. Now, yeah, look at that. You have seashells, and see as you turn it around. And it's a big tray. And then you have, I don't know what this is used for, guys. And then, of course, you have the shells right along the edge there. And it came as a set. I have no idea what this is used for, but there's a lot of it. So let me there are two beautiful pieces here that go together. I don't know unless you would I don't know what it's used for, but it's really beautiful. So this is a big piece, guys, and it's heavy too. So let me move this over. Thank you, Merche. So we will start it at thank you, Minnie. We're going to start it at 20 because yeah, I have to. So we're going to start this at 20 for both pieces. That's really a good deal, guys. As you can see, you have your shells and you have the bowl and there's another shell and This thing's heavy and it is, I believe it to be vintage as well. Then you have this right here with all the beautiful shells on it. And it's beautiful. Both pieces, $20. That's a deal. I just don't know what its purpose is. Why? I don't know what it's meant to be. Let me do a Google shot so we can know a little bit more about it. Let me separate that. I know one thing, it's really pretty. Unless it's like a serving type decorative, yeah. Unless it's like a serving type thing. And it's heavy for sure. And I thought it was different and I picked it up. This is take this off. My neck tonight, guys, is absolutely killing me for some reason. Well, I do have degenerative disc. Not the printer. That's what happens to us, guys. We get old and everything just starts falling apart, doesn't it? I really felt old today because in the mail there was something for, of course, I'll be 62 in February, and I'm like, man, am I really that okay? It's a clear glass etched seashell platter, also known as frosted seashells tray by Nautilus by Adaria. The platter features dimensional frosted seashells etched into a clear, heavy glass. It is suitable for a serving piece or as a coastal themed home decor. Probably so many. I've got a thing that I put around my neck which keeps everything in line. So it's just a really neat crystal nautilus. It's neat. I guess it would be for someone that you could display it and use the bowl. You could use this as a serving tray if you wanted to. Don't you just hate it when somebody gets on Facebook and they post crap and you're really tired of seeing it? There was this lady on there. She recently got married and she posted a picture. I guess she's in a tanning bed and she's got her hand and her arm back, and I'm like, I mean, she's married, and I think her brother-in-law come on there and asked her what she was doing. I really don't think that was appropriate, but who am I to judge? Or the pouty lips, I hate that. Whoever come up with that is just crazy. As long as you don't look like a gorilla's rear end when you do it. I mean, I cannot, and people do that, and I'm like, I can't stand that. You're like, dang, she's hardcore. But yeah, I mean, I think there's a time when when you're a married lady and I don't know how she did it, but I'm like, oh my God. Some people just do not want to, like a fish, like a fish mouth. It's worse than that. I think I've seen, I'm not going to say because it wasn't very nice what I was thinking. But at least I admit to it, right? Okay, I'm going to start giggling. We better change the subject before I get in trouble. Okay. That's incredible how you always find us matching glassware, and we appreciate your hard work and patience to Mel. Well, I appreciate your patience because, man, I can be, I have to go out and you got to get the right box, you got to pack it right, and there's no in between. There is no in between, man. You gotta really watch what you're doing. But there's always that one person that posts on Facebook and it gets on your last nerve. Like, for instance, when I'm watching an auction and someone changes their profile picture and they look, behave. Guys, I'm going to have to behave. I was so tempted. So here we have, these are, it reminded me, have you ever, guys, ever watched the Grinch, where it's not animated, but it's the other one, and he goes down to Whoville and he cuts this hole in the glass, and his lips are stuck on it, so he can pull it. That's what that reminds me of. It really does. Can just picture that in your mind, and you'll understand where I'm coming from. I know I'm terrible. Let's see. Let me find these. You're like, dang, she's very. I know, Minnie. I'm gonna have to slap it off because I was so tempted. Behave yourself. I'll be good. I'll have to redirect my mind. You're right about that. Yeah, the one with Jim Carrey in it where he plays, it's not the cartoon, but the other one. Oh, let me keep going here. Uh-huh. Yeah, I like that one where he's funny guy. I have to behave now because if I'd have said what I was just thinking, wouldn't have been nice. Okay. Alrighty then. These are like shot. You're like, why is she selling everything connected with booze? Yeah, he is hilarious. This is a vintage, and these are like for like a whiskey or a shot glass, but a lot more fancier. So this is a vintage Noctman crystal clear, old fashioned glass, whiskey, rum, or spirits, and they're rare. Brian, you're gonna make me laugh. And these are rare, and I have four of them. And as you can see, the glass is relatively thicker, and then you've got that classic swirl on the bottom, and it's vintage. So let's see here. And I will start these all four at $10 for all four of them. They're vintage, they're very well made, they're hard to find, and their Noctman is the brand name on it. And I think these might be, I don't think they're crystal. They might have I think they're lead crystal. Would many say these are great bourbon? Yeah, because with bourbon, you don't want a tall glass of that, or it would be a bad situation. So there we have it. I'll give you a measurement on it. I can't get that out of my mind about that. They're about 3 inches and maybe a fourth, and they are vintage, and there are four of them. You know, if you got something pretty stout, you wouldn't want anything bigger than. Not that I'm an authority. And Minnie said 10. She said, I'm not going to let those get away. So we have Minnie in at that $10 bid. It's really hard to get a hold of really good vintage glassware. So I see Minnie in at that 10. Some, I'm not laughing at you guys. I was thinking about something. And so we have Minnie in at that $10 bid. So we need to see 12 or better, or we are selling these to Miss Minnie. So I don't see any other interest, so we'll start counting these down for Miss Minnie. So we're going once to Miss Minnie for that $10 bid. Going twice. Oh, goodness. Final and last call. And we are sold to Minnie for 10. You get 10 of those, and they're the best kind. They're the vintage kind. The best kind is the older. Set this over here out of the way. Congratulations, Miss Minnie. Those are very, I mean, they just have something about them. They're really neat. Yeah, that's about the right size for, not that I'm an authority, but that's about the right size. You know, I have a tendency to kind of pick up what I feel like that would sell, and so there's the other one. So I have four of these, and I'll have to look them up because I don't quite remember what. I know they look like coffee cups. What's that? Yeah, they have that. They look like they should be in a commercial for bourbon or something. They're really nice. So now, let me go in here and look these up. We have these beauties right here. I'm not for sure what function these are for. I mean, you could drink coffee in them. They are vintage. The bottoms on these are very heavy. Very heavy. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find them. There they are. Uh-oh. These are a Crystal des Arcs Durand Masquerade mug. Now that's a mouthful. And I do have four of those. Let me see what it says. Now down here it says vintage Paul Sebastian. See, that's where Google messes you up. But we're going with the Masquerade by Crystal des Arcs, Darques. Man, these sell high dollar on eBay. It's a coffee or tea mug, and they've got three, and that's not even the right one. Yeah, it is. So they are Cristal d'Arcs Duran cut crystal Chantilly coffee or tea mug. Aren't those beautiful? Of course, here's your bottom on that. Of course, we know anytime you see a bottom like that, it's always it's about almost 4.5 inches tall. Oh my goodness, some of these are really. Wait a minute. I think we got one that's a little different because this one is heavier and it's got different markings on it, but they basically look the same. Well, I guess it is the same. I guess they use more glass in this one than they did the rest of them. So I have four of those, and I'll start those off for at $12 just to move them on. They're crystal day arcs according to the, but this one's a little bit different because you have like a diamond shape right there, and this one's far heavier than the rest of them. And Leslie likes them. Leslie's going to drink her coffee and tea in style. And when you have it up and you have company and a shimmer of light hits it and it sparkles off. So we have Leslie at 12, and then Suzanne came in at 14. And Leslie's at 16. This is a little different style, guys. It's heavier. So we have Leslie with a high bid of $16. Suzanne is at $18. They're kind of a fancy smancy, and Leslie is at 20. And you've got one Renegade. This they had it as a set, but this is different. It's heavier. Still beautiful, and Suzanne is at 22. They're still pretty nice, guys. Leslie is at 24. Okay, Mama Chola, enjoy your dinner there, sweetheart, and thank you for being here. And Suzanne is at 26. I think they really like these, but we do have one that's different, but basically they're all. And then Leslie is at 28. Every day is a gift. You're absolutely right. We are really fortunate if we got good health. And Suzanne is at 30. This one's heavy as well. Grab my flower. They are crystal Durant. So Suzanne has the $30 bid. It does sound good. Leslie is at 32. They're nice now. And Suzanne is out. So thank you, Suzanne, for your bids. I appreciate that. So we have Leslie at that $32 bid. So I do not see any other interest in these. So we'll start counting these down. Aren't they beautiful? I'll keep my eye out, Suzanne, in case I might come across. So it looks like that Leslie is going to be the winner of that one. So we're going to go once to Leslie for her $32 bid, going twice. Final and last call. And it looks like Leslie is the winner, winner, winner. And congratulations and thank you for your bid, Suzanne. I'll be looking out for some more of these, Suzanne, because I get out quite a bit, and you never know. So these are really nice. Congratulations, Leslie. They are nice, nice, nice. I'll look out for some more, Suzanne. You never know. I come across a lot of things. This right here, when I set this down, you can hear the ping of the crystal. I sure don't want to block that off because we got a lot of goodies going out the door, which I needed to. Let's see, guys. Let me get a drink here. Oh, I've got a pretty little vase right to the right here. Somebody, I remember getting this, and somebody must had a candle in it, and this is heavy. They are nice. They really are. I mean, they are just fabulous. So let me take a picture of this. I do not remember, but there's a little candle wax in there. I guess somebody at the bottom right there. I don't know why they would do such a crazy thing. And let me take a picture of this because I've had it and this is vintage. Bruce, did you get PayPal figured out? I know it can be very frustrating. Just saying. The thing of it is like if you got, oh my goodness, Bruce, what exactly is wrong? Maybe PayPal. I might have to let everyone know that purchased from me last night. I might not be able to print labels. Oh my goodness. Well, Bruce, we know things happen and sometimes you can't help it. Technology is good, but it can be a pain in the rear end too. Okay, this is a beautiful little vase. It's likely a vintage American brilliant style cut crystal vase with an this is lead crystal with an etched floral or rose pattern and a sawtooth edge. High quality lead glass catches the light beautifully, typical of American brilliant period style that was popular from the late 19th to early 20th century. It's heavy to be so little. That could pack a punch. And it's got like little flowers, like I'll hold it like that. They're kind of frosted flowers, and this is lead crystal, and it is really pretty. And for no bigger than this thing is, it weighs a ton. So we're right at 7 inches. It's a beautiful vase. It is lead crystal, and I should go for a champagne punch right now. You got champagne punch, Bruce? All right. What's in champagne punch? Is it champagne mixed with something else? We'll start this beautiful vase, and it is lovely. And I'll clean that out for you. We'll start this one at 12. It is lead crystal. It is absolutely vintage, and I don't know who would do a full thing like putting a candle in it. but it's not very big, but it is heavy. It does have that beautiful frosted thing to it. And if you like vases, it's champagne mixed with ginger ale and sherbet. They used to serve it in the 1960s. Huh, I never heard. I was just a wee. I was born in 64. It sounds good though to put it with ginger ale and sherbet. So there's that one. I To me champagne, I'm not really. I think I had it one time and I wasn't impressed. But if it had ginger ale and sherbet in it, I might take interest in it then. Something sweet, sweets for the sweet, right? This is, I'm not for sure if this is, but this is a little basket and it's made in Western Germany. And Minnie would like that vase, so I see Minnie in. So it does sound good, doesn't it? Sounds like a dessert. So Minnie is in at that 12. This is heavy, guys. You wouldn't think it would be so heavy, but it is. Alrighty, we'll just go ahead and call it sold to Minnie because I didn't see anyone else coming in. So we will sell this to Minnie. Congratulations, not a real champagne drinker here. And that goes to Minnie. That's a pretty vase and it's heavier than what you think it is. Whew. Let's see what we got here. 7, 8. It's almost 9 o'clock, guys. Like I said, when I pack this stuff up, I have to find the box. It has to be wrapped correctly. And there's a little more to it than, because it's glass. So, and there's usually takes a little bit longer, especially me. So let's go ahead. Let's see. Let's go ahead and let's do some $5 off your purchase. And I hate to be unfair, but because I really don't have, well, it's not unfair. I really don't have auctions very often. And for the ones that purchased, and I hate to sound kind of, you know, so let's do this. Let's pick a, let's see, is a number or, hmm, yeah, it's sitting over here and be pretty in my pink dining room. Let's see. Let's choose a let's choose a bird. Let me write it down first. Okay, I wrote it down. So this will be for $5 off, and it's pick a bird. So you can start anytime you want to. Pick a bird. Yeah, it does have a pretty chime. What color eyes does Bruce have? That's not fair, Bruce, because you're not. Okay, keep going. A type, a bird. Nope, not yet. Not an eagle, not a bluebird. Not a sparrow. No, keep going. This is I would call it a domesticated bird. Oh, we're getting close. We're getting close. Not a parakeet. Uh, Suzanne got it. It was a parrot. And Suzanne gets $5 off her. She got it. And that goes to Suzanne's a winner. And she gets $5 off. You make sure I get the right. All right. Suzanne, you got it. That was correct. Spell it right. There were some close ones in there. Every little bit helps, right? Let's see. Let me get it wrote down. So you will get $5 off of your stuff there. So, oh my God, guys, my neck is killing me. I think I need a new mattress. I think it's what's killing my neck. Of course, I've got degenerative disc, and they tell you to roll up a towel and put it like before your pillow so your neck can rest on it so it'll keep you like that. To keep your spine in line. They told me the last time that if you don't, I had to take therapy for mine to strengthen those muscles. They said, if you don't take that therapy, you're going to be in surgery. I said, well, sign me up for therapy. So, but I tell you, I think it runs in our family too, that degenerative disc. Minnie was Minnie and Shell Bell was honing in on that. That was close. But yeah, Suzanne will get that $5 off of her beautiful. I feel like going in the tub and soaking it in hot water or something. It just really bothers me. That's what happens to us, and I really, it really hits you on how old you're getting when you get something from the Social Security and telling you that you're eligible to draw Social Security at 62. Vicks Vapor Rub. I've got this one thing that's filled with some kind of stuff, and you put it in the microwave. I've got a heating pad, and you put it across your shoulders. But you really know you're getting old when you get something from the Social Security office, and now the retirement age is what, 76? I think they want you to die before you get it. I know that sounds horrible, but gee whiz. In today's time, who lives that long? Hey, Face the Ace, welcome in. And Happy New Year's to you, sweetheart. Like Dennis says, it ages like a roll of toilet paper. When you get to the end, it goes very fast. And Susanna's 65. Well, you can draw starting at 62, but if you make it to what is it, 60, something like that. But you know, yeah, that's true. That it really will. Who? That's a good one. Dennis says it ages like a roll of toilet paper. When you get to the end, it goes very fast. That is so true. It's like one day we're in our 20s, and the next day we wake up and we're 60 something. And we're wondering where did the time go. So that sounds exactly like what that makes me chuckle, and thank you for dropping their links. Guys, I think I'm going to call it a night. I think we're always good and healthy, and we never think that we're going to get to the age where you wake up and everything hurts. It really does, doesn't it, Suzanne? We're just one day we're a young whippersnapper, the next minute we wake up, we get out of the bed, and you hear all that popping in your joints and everything, and you're like, oh no. Well, thank you, Brian, and I hope you got everything you needed while you was at your pharmacy. So yeah, live every day because I tell you, Dennis is 80 years old. We should all hope to be as spry as he is. He probably slowed down, but he's still pretty spry, and he doesn't even wear glasses, and he's 80 years old, guys. Unreal. We're living the golden age of experience. That's true. You know what they say? If you're a fool at 30, you'll be one at 50. No, I'm kidding. Well, I'm going to let you guys know go. I really appreciate you guys being here tonight. It was really fun, and I hope everyone has a fantastic new year upcoming. And like I said, 2025 was really a good year. I met so many people and been in so many chats. And I'm just glad you're a part of my life, and I'm really happy to be a part of yours. And I'll catch you guys later. Good night. Love you guys. Take care. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye. And thank you so much for being here, guys. Yep. You got to keep moving because if you slow down, you're going to fall down, right? Yeah. So let's make this a great, great year. Good night, everyone, and take care. Yes, Merche, that's what I was saying earlier about, how we are in each other's lives. And like a wise person once said, I love you, and there's not a thing you can do about it. So good night, everyone. Oh, that is so true. Good night, guys.